Hey there, and welcome back to Scrap with Penny, where paper meets story. Today I'm coming to you with a little bonus tips and tricks video. This segment came out of a recent process video, but I spent a lot of time walking through how I layer up a large word art title when I'm working with the Kellybell files, and I show you how I add foam adhesive and how I dry fit the pieces before committing them all together. So I thought it would be helpful to pull this out into its own video. So we're going to go right into a carve out of a process video. Let's talk for a minute about the title. This is from the Cruise With Me Kellybell kit, and you can see I replicated the wave, which the wave is right here. Here's the ship wheel, which goes, you know, obviously, and then here's the little DCL logo, and then I've got my letters. These are all elements in the kit, in the basic kit. What you never get is the script. So if you are interested in learning how to detach that, then let me know in the comments and I can do a breakout video. It is a little fiddly, but I think it's worth the effort. So here it is. I reprinted it, and you can see it's rough around the edges because I just took an eraser in the Silhouette software and erased this bottom part and then lifted it off. I did the same with the cloud. But here's the script. The reason why I need the script is because all of these elements basically are going to cover it up except for at the end. I could have gone, it looks like, with a little bit of a wider offset, but I think it's going to be fine when it sits on there. And I don't know if I'll fiddle with foam. I probably will, because when I get to that point, I'll be like at the 99-yard line and I'll want to go ahead and finish. But see, that's what it's going to look like. So in the nutshell, what I did was I took this whole file that I had worked with, I copied it over to a new mat, I got my trace tool, traced around it, I changed my threshold up to the highest possible level, I just traced this area, and then I said trace. I didn't pick trace outer edge, I didn't pick trace and detach, I just picked trace. And so then that gave me the outline of everything. I grabbed the outline that matched the letters, and then I created an offset from that. Then I printed out this part that you just saw, and then I ran it through and I cut it. So how this will go, it looks like, I always have a picture of it open on my computer. So it looks like the M is going to go down first, and then it looks like the wave. This is a separate little water splash, and I've got some over here on my desk if I want them. I probably won't mess with them. And then what's going to go down next is the ship wheel. And then what's going to go down next is the A. And you just kind of have to guess on where this goes. I mean, I'm looking at my image on my computer. I'm not exactly guessing. And then my I goes down. And then my G and my C go down. And then my logo sits on top, and then all of these little guys will sit on top. Okay, so I will start attaching the foam. I get requests for this, and that's why I'm doing it. I'll show you at each interval. Okay, so the M is on, and next I'll move to the wave. So on the wave, I want the wave to lie flat against this M, because I don't want my A and my G to be necessarily a lot higher than the M. So what that means is I need foam up here and I need foam in the middle, and so I just dry fit it. So I just start, I put foam here, and I'll probably add another small piece there, and then I added foam here to this A, and then I lay it back down, and I'm kind of smushing it to see how is it going to feel. And you can see that if I get, the right adhesive on this, I'll put liquid adhesive, then it should lie pretty flat. I can see I got a little problem right there. So I'll take this one off and replace it with a smaller one. So what was happening was that bigger piece of foam was coming up onto the M. So I replaced it with a smaller one. I put a smaller one there, and I will lay down this top part, and then I'll use my Sweet Petunia Precision Glue Press gun to get the liquid adhesive where it needs to be so that the wave lays down on the M. Okay, so it's down with the foam. I'll put some liquid adhesive under this, and I'll put a little liquid adhesive under there. I want this to go ahead and lie flat. I want it to get smushed. It's not going to be visible. And the other thing that I need to realize is that when I go to put my A on, I think my A is going to need to be flat, and then my G would be on foam, and these would be on foam. It's just a build up, and you dry fit it, and you just go a step at a time, making sure that it's going to lie evenly. So like I said, I'm okay that this gets smushed down because the G and the logo are going to be the height. And again, I don't want the G to be so much higher than the other letters. Okay? Sometimes when you get it glued together, you realize you've got a little gap where it could smush down. So I just put a little foam adhesive on this, and I come in and work it in there so that it doesn't have that gap. So it's supported now, and I'm going to go on, and the next thing is the ship wheel. And this is when I have to look at my picture, because in my mind I thought the next thing is the A, but no, the A sits on top of the ship wheel. Okay, so for the ship wheel, you can see it's going to come up here and around. The G is going to kind of wrap around it. And so what I've done preemptively is I've put some foam down to hold the wheel over here, and then this part of the wheel will just glue down flat onto the wave. So it's glued down, and this will end up getting smushed under the G and the logo. This will get smushed. Well, I don't know. We'll put the G on and see. I can always come back and add a little foam there. And then this side is all glued flat with liquid adhesive. And this needs a little bit of support. So I've grabbed half of a small square, and I'm just going to lay it right there. And then it's not gonna go flat. Let's see about my G. This is probably going to need a little piece based on the G. So I have another half of one, and I'm going to move it toward the top. And there we go. So the A is next, because the G sits on top of the A. So what's going to happen with the G is that part of the G is going to be flat and part's going to be on foam. And then the I will be completely on foam, the C will be completely on foam, and then this will be on foam, and it'll raise it up to a third level. So here's your first level. We're making the second level, and then this will sit up on the third. But it just starts looking so cute at this point. Let me get some adhesive on this. So it's all liquid adhesive, and it's lying flat, and I mean, I'm just guessing. So no one is going to see the original when they're looking at my work, and I think it's going to work out great. I was using where it sits on the wheel as a guide, but the thing you have to factor in is that my A has a little white offset on it, and the original design does not. Now, I do a white offset on these because I think if you were to buy a traditional collection and work with a die cut, it's always going to have that white offset. Even my Tracy Reed Designs hybrid stickers have the white offset, okay? So that's how I roll. I want this to look crisp and sharp, and the other thing is that the white offset gives it that little pop off of the page, off of the pattern paper. So what I'll do next is I'm just going to put my foam here, 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 and then I'll do liquid adhesive on this part, and this should go down. Oh, but my eye goes down first. So let's do the eye. I did solid adhesive on this, and on this little smaller piece up here, I scooched it over that way so that when the F for the chart of course for comes in, it won't interfere with it. It's kind of hard to do this in frame. There we go. See how that F is going to lay on top, so this can go down a little if it needs. I don't know, this might all end up being on a different level of foam anyway. So now we can do the G. There's a lot less real estate, you can see. So that seems too big. Let me just cut some of these big ones in half. I like the big ones because they're easier to get the foam off of the backing. Okay, so now we can do what I call a dry fit. Lay it down there and see how it looks. I'm feeling, you know, to see if it's supported everywhere. It feels pretty good. So I'll take the backers off. I always have so many of these everywhere when I finish, but it's fun. Okay, so then we need liquid adhesive over here. And I think usually if I need to get some more adhesive under there, it's pretty pliable. You can usually lift it up. Just want to make sure it's straight, because when I work up above me, it's not always easy to tell. Okay, as best I can tell, it's pretty straight and it's lying down pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, so now what's left is the C. It always seems like the last one is the one that wants to challenge you the most. Okay. So the logo is next. And we want that to really pop. So I want it to be one level off of the letter, which means down here it's going to have to be 2. So I'll double up my foam here, and then I'll put one layer of foam at the top. Okay, so based on the dry fit, this is what it needs to be, and I'll just peel these backers off. I'm curious to know if y'all have started using any of these, what are these called? Word arts? They're called word arts. If you've started using any of the word arts, I would say on the whole, it's the thing I enjoy the most. I don't know why. I think because it really just turns your title into an embellishment, and I think you get the unique look, which, I mean, for years I did custom letter titles on the silhouette using different fonts and, you know, just using cardstock, and that's very satisfying. But this seems more artistic, a little more creative to me. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm always okay if it's a little loose on the ends. I think that gives it depth. And now we have to decide what to do with this guy. So you can see right away I've got, you know, different levels here. So it would be a similar situation to this down here where my foam will need to be at different heights. And like the logo, I think I want it to pop in general. So that means one layer of foam, but gosh, that's so fiddly. Let me think on this. Okay, so I've done a dry fit, and I made the decision that I'm not going to put this on foam. I'm only going to put foam to support where it goes, you know, down below. And the main reason is I don't like to work with foam much smaller than this, and it's just a no-go. For me, that kind of ventures into the category of overkill because, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to end up under a page protector anyway, and no one's going to say, well, I wonder why she didn't put this up on to where it's higher. Okay, now the little A is a problem. The A unfortunately sits in the gap, so I do have a really small piece of foam on it, but I think this is going to work. And so what I'll do is, let me show you. That's where all the foam is. So I will take the paper off, lie it down, and see where I need to work in some liquid adhesive, if even anywhere, probably right there for sure. Okay, so it is finished, and you can see here's that little water splash. I'm going to go ahead and leave it unsupported because then I think you clearly see layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. I think it's pretty cute. So the last piece of this crazy little project will be to turn it over. This is much easier because I can use my 1/4 inch roll, and I'll put foam all along the edge, and then it'll sit up off of the page, and it's going to be pretty cute. Okay, so I hope that seeing the details of how I build up a title was helpful. And I'd love to hear in the comments if you've started working with the word art files. I'd like to give a quick and heartfelt thank you to my subscribers. I appreciate you so very much. And if you haven't yet joined in on the fun, I would invite you to hit that button. I'm going to wrap this up, move on to the next project, and as always, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. I'll be back soon with more layouts, videos, and a little stash busted magic. So please come back and crop with me. Until next time, happy scrapping, and remember, this is where paper meets story. Bye-bye.